Hello, everybody, and that was a bit of a slur. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. I said, like, hello, everybody,
Boy.
welcome to Red 2 Chatter. Today is kind of the anticipation podcast, because tonight we're gonna go see some Solo.
Yeah.
in 3D.
Right.
Which we didn't
Which
expect.
is a story for another time.
yeah. We'll tell you if, I guess we can say if this movie is worth going seeing in 3D.
Yeah, we'll know that.
Yeah.
This will be our long story short. We just got tickets. I bought the tickets and I thought I was getting tickets just for the 10:15 show, regular. I go to pick up the tickets yesterday and the lady's like, I guess you'll want to pick up your glasses tomorrow when you come to the movie. Like, glasses. Oh, crap.
It's like
It's a 3D show. When I purchased the tickets, they were only had the movie Solo and time slots that you could choose from, not what the movie type was going to be.
Yeah. Well,
So, whatever.
yeah.
We're going regardless.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of a interesting little tidbit there about
Yeah,
that movie theater needs to specify better,
a little turn of events.
you know, whether or not it's 3D or standard definition. But, you know, whatever. So the first topic that we have is about the next Star Wars celebration. It's coming out. And it's going to be in Chicago, Illinois.
Which surprised me until I found out a couple days ago when the theme parks are opening.
Oh, yeah.
In the two different sites, Anaheim and Orlando. And it makes a little more sense why they didn't pick one of those two.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't going to be ready by April at neither of those sites, the theme park. So, you know, Chicago, I've never been there. I think I'm going to plan on going.
Yeah.
We can just drive from where we're at. It would take all day, but
Yeah.
we'll just rent a car and
Yeah, a friend of mine actually pretty soon is heading off to Chicago just for a little trip. I don't remember what exactly he's going to, but yeah, he's going to Chicago for something. I think it's a convention that's going on down there right now or something. But right before he left, I said, don't get shot. So
Dodging bullets.
if I can go have fun at Celebration, enjoy some nice Chicago deep dish pizza, and come home, I'm good.
yeah, I don't really need to see anything else of Chicago.
Yeah, I need to start looking to see when the tickets go on sale.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure to get,
Yep.
Yeah,
get
like
in on
unlike Orlando, there's not much that I want to go see in Chicago except for maybe just their pizza places.
Right. It could be a lot cheaper trip.
Yeah, not going to Universal too.
Right.
You know.
And flying and
And
renting a car.
Talking about Celebration brings me back to the first episode we ever did on this channel.
Yeah. It was
right
about
after-
Celebration.
It's right after Celebration.
Yep.
Right after we got back home. So it definitely brings me back to those days.
Right. And it makes me look forward to the future and want to go to this one. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. The one in Orlando was a lot of fun. This one's even longer, isn't it? It's 5 days. Instead of 4.
No, 4 days.
It's on the 11th,
11th,
the 12th,
5th.
13th, 14th, 15th.
It's 5 days.
Starts the 11th, goes to the 15th.
Oh, yeah,
And
you're
it's 5
right.
days.
You're right.
5 days.
I was doing the math. I was like,
Right.
15 minus 11
Right.
is 4.
But
you gotta add
11
that.
is a 0. Or
Yeah.
it's like the 0 day.
0 day.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go. So,
I'm looking forward to going. I'm definitely going to
Yeah.
go.
yeah.
Like I said, it'll be cheaper if I just have to rent a car and...
Place to stay.
Yeah, I just don't know about hotels or... Might have
I
to...
just
might
look at
just-
VRBO again.
Yeah, another rent a house kind of deal.
Yeah, try to rent a little townhouse or a condo for
Condo,
the week.
something close
For-
by.
Yeah,
Oops.
5 days. Plus, we don't need to stay as long. I mean, just
Nope.
go for the 5 days and come back.
Yeah.
Or even if we want to stay all 5 days, that's a long haul. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
lot of Star Wars
Yeah, 5 days.
to consume.
Well,
Yeah.
just any convention 5 whole days.
You're
After
wore out.
3, I'm beat.
Yeah, you're wore out.
So 5 is like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the first day and the last day are going to be more half days, or not as long.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can still have like
Oh, yes.
great information and things to see and people to go listen to. And they plan it that way so that people do stay the 5 days.
5 days. Yeah.
All right, what's up next?
So Lucasfilm clarifies comment on Lando's spinoff. Kathleen Kennedy was mistranslated.
How do you mistranslate English into English? Misinterpreted, maybe?
I mean,
I think
misunderstood?
Right, mistranslated. Yeah, that's a bad choice of words. I think
yeah.
she speaks English, and if you're writing in English,
I'll hold up my
you should
opinions,
know the
but,
translation.
Yeah.
There is no translation.
Yeah.
So he says, we think that the next spinoff will be dedicated to Lando Calrissian. Of course, there are still many other stories to tell about Han and Chewbacca, but Lando will be next. So that's the original quote.
Right, that had been making the rounds.
So apparently her quote was actually closer to, we would love to tell a full story about Lando Calrissian one day, but it's not relevant. It would be fun to tell the story of Han and Chewie.
Right.
That was the actual.
Well, why didn't you just actually
well-
quote her instead of making up stuff?
That's the quote that's actually closer to.
Closer to.
Closer.
Closer to.
Was
what
no
she-
one there with a microphone?
microphone
Was
or
no
a
one
recording?
taping this
Right.
this
There's no how to.
interview? Were you not taking notes?
No, give me a break. Everybody nowadays has a cell phone that you can record what she's saying exact word for word.
Right.
And then, why are those two things in quotes when they're not quotes?
Right.
Those aren't quotes if they're
So-
not exactly what she said.
Right there. I don't think we're gonna get a Lando movie. I just don't see it happening.
I don't.
No.
I
I see Lando showing up in maybe another film at
Yes.
some point.
But I don't see there's a necessity for a Lando movie.
No, I'm just not seeing a necessity
It's
for
just-
a Lando standalone movie.
The only reason I say that is because Lando's story is going to be somewhat similar to Han's story, and you're just going to rehash the same story, just two different backgrounds, but they all lead to pretty much the same place.
Right, and maybe Lando comes from a place of more privilege, like
Yeah, because of
higher society.
because the way he dresses, or he
Right,
just
and-
wants to be.
But it's
thought of that way.
It's still the
He
same
came
story. They're
from
still going to meet
poverty,
in the
never
same
know.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just don't see where you would want to just basically make the first half of a movie turn into the last half of another movie.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless you want to go back to when Lando was like 5 years old and tell his story when he was a kid. And I don't think anybody's going
Which
to
is
watch
fine.
that.
I'd rather him focus on other
Yes, me too.
movies anyway.
Yeah.
Like the Obi-Wan movie that's been talked about, but nothing official has been released yet. Which I
Yeah.
think we have an article coming up about that later.
The next topic gets me extremely excited, especially if, Disney decides that they actually want to dump EA into the garbage can and go for like someone like Koei, which would be really cool. Is the people who make Dynasty Warriors.
Is that Koei Tecmo?
Yeah, Koei Tecmo.
Remember playing the Tecmo Bowl?
Was that? Did they change their name from Konami to
No,
Koei?
Konami
It's
is
something different?
Konami
right?
is something different. Konami is the second worst game developer ever, next to EA. But Koei was you're thinking of Bandai Tecmo.
Oh, is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, you're thinking of Bandai. Koei basically they go full out with Dynasty Warriors, and I think they are also part of Gust, which also make like Blue Reflection and Atelier games. But Dynasty Warriors, if you guys ever played, remember that game? I still play it today because it's just a fun game
button
series.
smashing game.
Uh-huh.
That's all you do.
Yeah,
Button
it's
Just
smashing.
a button smasher.
but it's great mindless fun. Like it's something that you put on when you want to
Bless you.
okay, when you want to turn your brain off and just have some mindless fun. And I could definitely see Star Wars being a very interesting idea for a Dynasty Warriors-like game. with your officers, and then you have like your grunts, who are like kind of just cannon fodder that you use to stack up your points. But then when like two officers go up against each other, it's this really high, like fast-paced strategic battle between you two using different moves, different combos, and stuff like that. Basically, Dynasty Warriors, the best I can put it, is like Street Fighter, like with but instead of being on
or Mortal Kombat.
Or Mortal Kombat, with the different button combos and stuff like that, and different finishers.
That's just during
and stuff.
The boss fights, though. The rest of the time, you're running around just killing
goons,
rank and file guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also, Dynasty Warriors, funnily enough, especially in the Empire games, have become much more strategic lately. And honestly, the Empire games is where it's at for me, which seeing a Star Wars game in the Empire's format would be really cool. Basically, Empires, you have a big map of China, and you take over one province, and you have to expand your empire out into the other provinces and basically take over all of China, which would be really cool for like a galactic conquest type
if you
game.
like had one planet and there was multiple planets
that you just take over the galaxy. That would be really cool, and there is some strategy involved in those games, which would be really cool for a Star Wars game.
It'd just be something different instead of just the same old
shooter.
EA sucking it up.
Yeah. Koei Tecmo.
It's been a long time since I played a Dynasty Warriors game. I almost forgot about that game.
It's a
fun.
good game.
Fun game.
It's fun. Definitely take some historical liberties, but
Most games do.
Yeah. But yeah, very fun. So apparently this is the next topic that we have. Lucasfilm reportedly has plot and director pinned down for Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
So it looks like they're going to make it.
Right, but there still has been nothing like officially released. Like,
yeah, it's only
from
reportedly.
the mouths of Kathleen Kennedy or anybody at Disney or Lucasfilm.
Lucasfilms. Yeah.
There's been nothing. But in the article, if you want to open it, they do have a director on board. Of course, they don't say anything about Hugh McGregor being on board yet. But if the movie's going to happen, it can't happen without Hugh McGregor, I don't think.
So
I don't see how you do it without
apparently they have Stephen Daldry. I'm not familiar with his work. As the director.
Billy Elliot, The Hours.
Yeah,
The Reader.
I've never seen those movies.
No.
So I'm not familiar with his work. Hopefully it doesn't turn into another Rian Johnson thing.
I think he's a very character-driven storyteller.
Well,
yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into another friggin' Lord and Miller situation where you got to bring somebody else to finish it and fix it all.
I mean, yeah, but I hope that he doesn't destroy the Kenobi character.
Yeah.
Like I want someone who actually gives a crap about the Kenobi character, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, to be making this film.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite Jedi.
Yeah, he's my favorite character in all of Star Wars. So please treat him with respect and dignity, unlike some other characters. But I would love to see a Kenobi movie. So hopefully this Han Solo movie is good. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's good.
I've actually seen some people talking about it, and they say it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen.
You think this will?
I've seen both sides. I think you have to stay away, and just going off topic of this Obi-Wan movie and more into the Solo movie. But nowadays, you need to stay away from like Rotten Tomato scores, because haters out there just artificially manipulate those numbers.
True.
If they don't like a franchise, there'll be people on there just saying how much they hate it, and they never saw the movie.
But a lot of people are boycotting. Well, a lot of people are actually boycotting this movie because of Last Jedi and what just a massive disappointment it was to a lot of people. Because they were expecting something.
I still think
really
they're
good.
the minority, though.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
You just hear their voices.
They're more vocal.
Yeah.
because it's easier to rant about something that you didn't like
Now, granted,
than to praise something you did like. I mean, just look at any sort of like, if you work in an industry, especially like retail, let's just take that for example, and you have surveys, more people are going to complain than praise.
That's just
It's
the way
just
it
the
is.
way humans are.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you have a bad experience, I'm going to pick up this card and fill it out.
Exactly.
But if you have
But
a
if
good
great
experience, like, you don't even
probably
think
gonna
about the card.
the card.
yeah.
You just had a
So,
great experience. You just
Now, granted,
Like at a restaurant.
I do agree with some of the people who are disappointed with the movie. I
had my issues with quite a bit of the movie.
Yeah.
I still liked it, but it's not. I'm not.
But I'm not out there. I'm not gonna bash it and like give it a Rotten Tomatoes.
But I'm not
score,
going to
like,
praise it to the high heavens either.
No.
I'm
Like,
just gonna be honest about my feelings about it.
yeah. And my honest
But it doesn't
opinion was...
affect me going to see the
Solo
Yeah, yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Why would that?
I don't let that affect me.
Why
No.
would it affect you? It's not. They're not even. I mean, they're in the
Well-
same universe, but they're not like connected at all. Really.
It's not,
Yeah,
it's not a
the
sequel.
biggest problem that I had with it, though, was how Ryan Johnson handled the disappointed fans and how Kathleen Kennedy handled the disappointed fans of that movie. They handled them very unprofessionally.
Well, that's because most people that complain about stuff are pretty unprofessional as well.
Right.
They're just jerks.
Well, some of them aren't.
Just come out and just blah blah.
Some of
blah.
them just had valid criticism towards Ryan Johnson, and Ryan Johnson simply said that they weren't smart enough for they weren't smart enough to understand The Last Jedi, which, even if the people are hating on you as a public figure,
Yeah,
you
probably don't
shouldn't
you
do
probably-
that.
You probably shouldn't say that.
yeah. So yeah, I have my own problems with Ryan Johnson that I just don't like him as a person, but but. Hopefully, yeah, we have someone who understands and cares about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and gets the character. That's my only request. And to make a good movie. Dang it, make a good movie
I
off
think
of
we have
it.
another. Yeah, we do have another article we'll talk about later.
Oh,
So the
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan,
Kenobi?
the movie's gonna come up again before this show's over.
Now here we have Mass Effect and Dragon Age veteran now working on new Star Wars game. Is it going to be like Mass Effect and Dragon Age? And, because Mass Effect and Dragon Age, they took a lot of stuff from Knights of the Old Republic. So if they do another Knights of the Old Republic-esque game, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I could be on
Heavily
board.
story-based.
Yeah, be on board with that.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Your choices matter,
You never know. It's like, it just says that the guy's working on it, but that doesn't mean he's making it like those two games. It's just...
Yeah. It just annoys me because BioWare's just been in so much trouble recently. They're basically having a gun pointed to their head now by EA.
Did they buy EA buy them?
Oh, EA owns them, yeah.
Yeah.
So, they own, so far, the only surviving companies that are under EA right now are DICE and BioWare, at least the ones that I know of. There might be some obscure, companies out there that are owned by EA that I don't know about.
Broadsword's one of them.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still alive.
They are.
Are they?
They make UO.
Oh, okay. They're still alive.
They're still around.
And they're still working on that other game for you. Man,
We'll talk about that.
another topic.
Another topic for another time.
But yeah, a lot of people think that BioWare won't make it past Anthem because they're being pushed to their limits, and a lot of people think that EA will just end up killing them off. Which, if that's the case, honestly, if I were BioWare, I'd just get the band together and
Go
just
start a new company.
or walk off to another company. Be like, fine, we're just gonna go and work
probably signed non-compete.
Non-compete.
Yep, non-compete
clauses.
disclosures and stuff in their contract. There's all that. Those places like EA and any place like that
Yeah.
always has something like that in your
Doesn't it
little
have a
contract.
time limit though? Or
But
Yeah.
usually it's 10, 15 years. And
or even
that's what-
5 years, and if you're out of work for 5 years, the technology's passed you by unless
Yeah.
you've been staying on top of it.
yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say I'm looking forward to it because it's like balancing on a thread.
Yeah,
So
it's just EA, and you just can't trust them with anything.
Right. I mean, it's good to hear like the news come up, but let's wait and see what actually happens.
just knowing the stuff that's going on
Right.
is a bit haunting. So Star Wars Galaxy's Edge announces opening dates with new trailer.
Yeah, this is sort of what I was talking about with the celebration dates don't line up with these two parks being open. So, because I think Disneyland in California is supposed to open in the spring or early summer, like June, I think it says on there. And then Orlando doesn't open until fall, like late fall.
So it says, this first of its kind resort will combine luxury with complete immersion into an authentic Star Wars story. Guests' journey through space will start when everyone departs together for a multi-day Star Wars adventure by boarding a starship alive with characters and stories that unfold all around them during a voyage through the galaxy. At the resort, guests immediately become active citizens of the galaxy and can dress up in the proper attire. Every resort window will have a view into space. The opportunity for immersion at this resort will also stand out among all Disney's resorts around the globe, as it will be seamlessly connected to Star Wars Galaxy Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios, allowing guests to total Star Wars experience.
So are they gonna like
So
have
awesome.
costumes and like stuff that you can like rent or whatever? Or
Well, I'm sure like
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Like, can I just get like a
You-
stormtrooper outfit and
you
wander
know
around?
that they'll have like stores like in Harry Potter Land where you can get like the full-on robes, like everything
Yeah.
is just like they
Yeah.
would wear at Hogwarts. You know, I mean, you could get everything.
get
Yeah, you could
yourself
probably
a
get like a Jedi freaking
lightsaber,
lightsaber.
a blaster.
I imagine you could spend money to your little heart's content and get whatever costume you want. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure there's limitations. They're not
Yeah,
gonna have all of them, but you can't dress up as Jabba probably. But
that'd be cool.
get
Just
five people
slug.
and dress up like Jabba.
Like
Slug
one of
around.
those Chinese dragons.
Yeah. But I mean, within reason, I'm sure you'd, be some pretty cool characters.
So here's this official.
Or even,
Oh, sorry. Go
or
ahead.
maybe not like specific characters, like
Oh, yeah.
your own sort of interpretation of
So it
what a-
says,
character would be.
while we are still hard at work creating our largest single-themed land expansions ever, I have some exciting news to share today. Star Wars Galaxy Edge will open in summer 2019 at Disneyland Resort, and in late fall 2019 at Disney World Resort down in Florida, when guests will land in the middle of the action as they live their own Star Wars stories. So here's some pictures. I'll put up
They look fantastic. And there's a little trailer too.
the pictures. But here's one. If it'll load. Oh, geez. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of the scale model. It looks
Yeah.
like Naboo.
It's got a little bit of Naboo, a little Yavin 4. I like that rock wall.
I also like the rock pillars in the
Yeah,
background.
that's probably not gonna actually be there.
Oh, maybe.
It
Might be.
It's
Maybe.
like,
We'll see. We'll have to
knows
see.
what they-
That's I mean, that's a lot of land. You have to have those rock pillars
Like,
way the hell out
look
there.
how tiny you'll be.
Yeah.
Like, compared to,
Oh no,
everything
it's
the
gonna,
scale of those buildings and
it's
yeah.
gonna be interesting. Yeah, like you said, you better bring a friggin' trash bag full of money if
Yeah.
you want to, because you could easily. I better not bring a trash bag full of
See,
money.
I-
I'll spend it all.
like, I wonder if you can get
I'll
up
go
on
home
that.
with an empty trash bag or a trash bag full of stuff.
Yeah,
I
I'll
wonder
go-
if you can get up on that bridge right there and like walk
I'm sure
out
you can.
and
Go
get up on
down
there.
go in the tower.
Yeah, I think this is just one small little part of it,
Yeah.
too. I don't think that's like the whole area.
What's really going to be interesting though is
Here's the resort.
The hotel resort experience, I think, is going to be almost,
yeah, as much fun as the rides.
yeah, if not more fun.
It'll be interesting to see if.
You have droids walking around.
Well, it'll just be interesting, like Jay said, you're going to take a bunch of money. Jay's going to come home and there's going to be boxes at his house. Like, crap, where am I going to put all this?
Yeah. Have to-
You have to limit yourself. That's going to be hard, though. Because there's going to be so much, like, exclusive stuff that's just cool.
Yep.
yeah, but like, I wonder like how that will work. Like, if they'll actually look like holograms. The lights and stuff, and like, the.
I just want to be able to
I wonder how.
belly up to the bar and tug on the guy's back. Can I get one of those?
Hey, blue milk.
That'd be like dream come true right there.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Can I get one of those?
It'd be so perfect.
Like, and just, I wonder how realistic the outside, like the windows
I bet it's gonna look great.
will be. Like, will you actually
But
feel
like
you're
ships are
out,
flying around out
you're
there.
out on space and,
I mean, it's just like when we take the train down to Harry Potter. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like it looked like people were flying
Yeah.
right outside your window.
And and then all of a sudden the freaking Dementors attack and you're like,
that would be even better.
yeah. Do you think like maybe your transport ride, like you'll get attacked by the Empire or something?
Who knows?
People will be shooting at you. You're like, oh crap, that'd be
Maybe
good.
bounty hunters. Who knows who will be after you?
And then this one, I think we saw this picture before.
Of the rooms.
Yeah.
Maybe it was from a different angle, but these rooms look extremely comfy.
Those look cool.
I wonder, like, what the beds actually, like, feel like and those pillows. like, if they're actually, like, really comfortable or if they're like, oh, God,
I'm sure they'll be like, but they want you to get a good
cheap.
night's sleep.
It's not
so,
going to be
right.
cheap, so they better be nice.
I'm
Not
staying
bad.
in one of the wall bunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like something like in the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like the one DJ was sleeping on in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, in the prison.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can't wait.
I'm excited.
I definitely want to go. I don't know how quickly I want to go. Let it die down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, well,
Maybe-
we'll definitely go to the Orlando one
Yes.
and not the...
The
Disneyland one.
Is too much.
I just prefer Orlando over Anaheim.
So
any
I-
day of the
either
week.
Yeah, me too.
And any time of the year.
There's less people.
I mean, I'll go during hurricane season in Florida before I step foot in California. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah. That's just
If
us.
you like California, great. Love it. You can have it.
Yep. I like Florida better. So we got Last Jedi coming to Netflix next month.
Now, what this tells me is that Disney is not
Ready
very close
with
to their streaming.
releasing their
service.
streaming.
Makes sense.
Also, not included in that article, Netflix has just surpassed Disney for like their net worth.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Then again, that doesn't surprise me, because like more and more people every day are signing up to Netflix because, it's easy, it's quick.
Well, that and their original content's getting better and
Oh,
better
yeah.
all the time, and people want to see it.
Right.
So is Prime's. Amazon
So.
Prime's.
Amazon Prime's, yeah, they got some really
original.
good.
Like
original-
you're watching Bosch right now.
Yeah, that's a really good series.
I've never watched it, but like it must be good if you guys are just plowing through it like you do.
Yeah.
Almost every night I hear that saxophone go off, and I'm like, what the heck?
All the theme music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't hear it anymore. I've finished season 4. That's all there is 4 seasons.
Yeah, but Netflix has great shows. Like I love Stranger Things, and
yeah.
you get the Voltron
Oh yeah,
animated
Voltron's
series,
great.
and yeah, so there's just some good stuff. Like
Yeah, they just keep coming out with more and more really good
Right.
stuff. So that's where it's at for that company, really, because a lot of these other people are trying to take their content away from them because they see how much money they're making. It's gonna eventually fall on them to make sure that they have their original content
Right.
is really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's only if it doesn't get better, and it has to keep getting better, or else they'll start losing people.
Yep.
So next one that we have is new vintage figure UPCSs.
UPCs,
And UPCs and SKUs, which I don't know what
SKUs.
Excuse.
SKUs.
It's retail term for
I know.
barcodes.
So we have Scarif Stormtrooper,
Yeah, so these are all the vintage collection.
Yeah.
the Leia
3 3/4.
Leia
inch.
and the Bausch outfit,
Yes.
Klaatu in the
Skiff
Skiff Guard, and Yak Face.
Now, what size are these?
The 3 3/4
3/4
inch. That's
three.
like the ones you've gotten most recently.
Yeah, 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
Where's the Dr. Afro one?
Right.
It's in Wave 2, but it hasn't come out yet.
That's the one I'm waiting for.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. More Kenobi Newton.
Menus.
Moose.
Menus.
Moose. So we have leaked audition tape may identify the villain of the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
And wait for this, because have you either got vertical?
No.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
So I guess we'll talk. Or I guess I'll just read it. At the time.
No, you get this.
Oh, okay.
Just go to the review.
Just go down. There's Ewan McGregor, spotted sporting his Obi-Wan Kenobi look.
Yeah, he does have a beard right now.
It's like see. There's another. Yeah, he's. Yep. I mean, honestly, Obi-Wan is probably one of the most iconic Star Wars characters, at least when it comes in terms to like human, looking characters. He's definitely one of the most
That's
iconic.
because it really, I mean, even though he was only in A New Hope, Alec Guinness did such a great job.
He was such a huge name in the 70s.
Yes, in the 70s as well, yes. Creating that character and making him who he was.
As little as he did.
For as little as he was in the movie. I mean, he's only in the first half of the movie, really. 2/3.
Yeah. It says...
But his job at friggin' being Obi-Wan Kenobi just made that character. And then it's just been expanded by Ewan McGregor, who's awesome at Obi-Wan Kenobi. And whoever did the voice acting and the writing in Clone Wars.
Oh my goodness.
Friggin' made Obi-Wan Kenobi like my favorite Jedi.
Yeah.
By far.
His sarcasm has no bounds.
I'm a huge Luke fan of a Jedi, but
there.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Hello there. British actor Adam Templar has posted an audition tape for Grand Admiral Thrawn, replete with blue body paint and red blood red contact lenses. Yes, if this is intended for Lucasfilm's Obi-Wan movie, which is said to be in the midst of casting, Ewan McGregor could be going up against the most brilliant of the Emperor's minions.
That guy's got to be able to get the voice, man.
Yeah, like you have to have that soft cadence. He's got kind of a
it's like
talk
it's
like
hard.
this.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to do.
It's hard to do, but it's
Admiral Price.
Yeah.
Why have you done this?
Yeah, like
it's like really, it's kind of slow and very,
but like it's
meaningful.
also kind of raspy. It's like, why have you done this? Like that. Like it's like it's so cool. Right. I love Thrawn's voice in Rebels.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, whoever the voice actor was
fits the character perfectly. In the leaked tape, Templar acts out a scene in which Thrawn is reporting to Darth Vader, not unlike the Krennic Vader dynamic that underpinned Rogue One. So perhaps this is construed as a surefire sign that Thrawn, a character with ties to Star Wars Rebels, will become the main antagonist of Kenobi: A Star Wars Story. That would be interesting for Jordan because that's two of her favorite characters going up against each other. That's pretty
right. Thrawn.
Because this would be closer to the time of, in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Mm-hmm. Probably prior to the events of anything we learn about Thrawn in Rebels.
Yeah, it's going to be before Rebels. Sure.
It might be like Thrawn sort of proving himself to the Emperor. And that's why he's going after Obi-Wan.
It might be like between the Thrawn novel and Rebels. Because apparently the Thrawn novel, it shows him actually getting into the Empire. Like how he first started out.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never read this.
But... And so, at least according to Jordan. This is according to my sister. So, I think it will be probably in between those two.
His novel and Rebels, really.
Yeah. So it says, for those unfamiliar with the villain, Thrawn is described as a tall, solidly built humanoid with blue skin and glowing red eyes who wears the white uniform befitting his rank. He has risen in power thanks to his tactical brilliance and cunning and has been described as one of the most threatening antagonists to the Star Wars universe. Now, the one thing that, kind of gets me about this is, like, we both know both of them are going to survive.
Right, but maybe Thrawn actually wins.
Oh, maybe.
And that's why Obi-Wan has to go into more deeper hiding on Tatooine.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because maybe he's out there actually doing things after he drops off Luke.
Yeah, it could be.
He's just a baby. He'll be fine. Nobody's looking for him. Nobody knows he's alive. Until I hear something about somebody might know that there's some Skywalker children out there, I don't really need to watch them that much. I can go do other things. Maybe look for other Jedi.
Try to protect
look for other Padawans that are still alive.
Now,
undermine the Empire where I can.
Right. And this is where Thrawn could come in.
Now that means that it won't only be set on Tatooine because I think
No, I
he'll-
think it's going to be
he'll
all over the
yeah.
place.
Perhaps it won't be set at all on
Top-
Tatooine, except for maybe the opening scene
and maybe
or
the
the very-
closing
or the
scene.
very
and the
closing
closing scene.
Yeah. Do you think it will end? Or do you think it will start right where Episode 3 left off?
where he drops off Luke.
And he's like speeding away on his speeder.
It could. It could have him just leaving Tatooine.
Yeah.
He could just be there, and who
Yeah.
knows? But I mean, if they're gonna pit those two together, it seems like the best in my mind. I mean,
funny thing
I'm
is-
not a filmmaker nor
It's
anything like that. But
it's brilliant tactician against brilliant tactician, so it's gonna be all sorts of mind games basically.
right, except
between
for
the two of them.
Obi-Wan's alone, he has resources,
True.
Yeah,
and that's the difference.
Yeah, but both of them are brilliant strategists.
Right.
yeah.
And it's just gonna be interesting to see just this. It's gonna be
So
basically a complete
are we pretty
battle
much
of wits.
guaranteed that they're going to make an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie? I mean, is this
I
like
hope
pretty
so.
much
It just
confirmed
keeps
it?
coming out. Like
Just
there's-
little drips here, little drips
there's
there.
too
enough
much smoke for there not to be a
some
fire.
sort of fire.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that.
and it's just gonna be interesting because it's gonna be the first time really in any Star Wars story that it's not gonna be who's strongest who wins the battle. It's gonna be who's the smartest out of the two, who's gonna outwit who. And
Right.
you
If
know,
this is all true,
Yeah.
If it's all true,
I mean, it's fun to talk about, but the
I
trailer
hope
could come
so.
out.
it
and
would
we're
make
like,
so
I
much
know.
sense though to do that.
yeah,
It would bring Thrawn because people love that character. It'd bring him into the Star Wars universe even more.
Yeah, and that's what people want.
mhm.
Is they want more
newer
things from like the other types
Now.
of things coming out of like say comic books and out of the other like cartoons and
Yeah,
How would you feel if Ahsoka showed up in this movie?
she could.
she could.
She could.
It would be great.
That would be very
Because-
interesting.
Right. Maybe Obi-Wan is actually looking for Ahsoka
Maybe.
because she knows that she left, or he knows that she left the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
is anybody hunting her down? Like, she's probably in hiding. She's smart enough.
Yeah, to be
just
in
like,
hiding.
Well,
right.
you read the Ahsoka novel, right?
Right.
She's like hiding out, like repairing farm equipment, isn't
right.
she?
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
is like a mechanic. She just, like, that's how she, that's her cover.
Mm-hmm.
Is she's just a mechanic and she just fixes things.
Yeah. So maybe he
But
finds her
In the novel,
there.
some, stuff happens where she has to, like,
Leave.
Well, she survives.
get back
She's
to
in
her. Right.
Rebels.
Yeah.
And she's all the way through Rebels.
But she
and-
exposes herself at the end of that novel.
Yeah.
Or towards the end of it, and has to go back into hiding.
Now you'd have to, for Jay, you'd have to find a pretty good actress to play as Ahsoka.
It would have to be a younger person. Like,
It wouldn't
if you
be
did one.
Rebels version. It
No.
would be more
Yeah.
in between,
Mm-hmm.
Rebels and Clone Wars. Ahsoka Tano. So like, maybe she's her. What are those called? I know they have a name. Her little tentacles,
Yeah,
Or-
Montrose.
mantros, yeah, are getting like a little bit longer. She's
Right.
a little bit taller. And also, it'd just be awesome to see Obi-Wan and Ahsoka
Together again?
reunite. Yeah,
That would be cool. And maybe that's how we sort of like Ahsoka gets the push to be Fulcrum
yeah,
is from meeting up with Obi-Wan. I mean, they could tie everything together.
yeah.
They could.
In a nice little bow.
Oh my god, they could just tie things up together so nicely.
Yeah, so I'm very hopeful that that's the case in this.
That'd be pretty cool.
movie.
So yeah, I'm officially gonna say I think they're gonna make an Obi-Wan Kenobi
Yeah,
movie.
I think so.
I think it's inevitable. Yeah, like I said, there's way too much smoke out there for there not to be some sort of fire fueling that smoke.
Yeah.
So a fan theory. This is a fan theory here.
There's a few fan theories about the Rey and Kylo relationship.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty good.
So Rey and Kylo are perfectly equal in every way. It says in Snoke's throne room, after Kylo and Rey defeated the Praetorian guards and had their talk, Rey decides not to join Kylo and reaches for Luke's lightsaber, which flies out of Kylo's hand, only for Kylo to grab it too with the Force. They both pull at the lightsaber through the Force until the saber breaks in half. Now I could be totally wrong here, but doesn't that resemble Kylo and Rey's equality in the Force? They are both that strong that neither can take the upper hand in a battle using the Force. They are equally strong in the Force. To me, this adds up to Snoke's quote, "Darkness rises and light to meet it." Should this theory be true, does this mean that no matter how often they duel, none of the two will ever defeat the other? Rey does defeat Kylo in The Force Awakens, but he was badly wounded in that battle, therefore not at his fullest potential. And apologies for the barking dogs in the background.
Yeah, if you can hear the
You can hear him.
if you can hear the canine kennel that
Yeah.
we just opened up.
We're going to open up a kennel
That's
here.
right. Started a new business.
In the throne room, they both seem to be at their strongest, and voila, their dispute only ended with them destroying what they both desired. And so Kylo lied about Rey's parentage.
There's just a few in there. You can put a link
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the
You don't have to
screen
read all these.
to all these, but there's some pretty good ones. There's one other one I just wanted to
The connection between Kylo and Rey cannot be severed. Rey and Kylo will truly balance the Force together. Rey will build a new
This
Jedi
one.
Order to take on the Knights of Ren.
This is what I want to see happen in Episode 9.
So the ending of The Last Jedi shows people across the galaxy beginning to manifest Force abilities.
Wait a minute. Across the galaxy, there was
Only
kid.
one kid.
Come on.
But
But you have to assume that it's a huge galaxy. Other
other ones, yes, I believe that.
people could be manifesting
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
but still, I mean, they didn't
one
show across
no,
the galaxy
but you can
that's happening.
infer that.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can infer it.
So Rey, who has the original Jedi scriptures from Ahch-To in her possession, will have gathered some of these Force sensitives as a
Nascent.
Jedi Order to help the Resistance rebuild their forces in the aftermath of the Battle of Krayt. Meanwhile, with Snoke and Phasma dead, the Knights of Ren, who have yet to be shown in the trilogy beyond flashbacks, will take a more central role in the story as Kylo Ren's elite and devoted followers in the final battle to come.
I like that one.
I would like to
I'd
see that
too.
manifest itself.
Yeah. So it says Rey has already seen Kylo Ren's violent future.
Yeah, no, that's interesting too. Like, is that actually the future
future.
she's seeing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like from something that could happen in Episode 9. Now remember, J.J. Abrams is writing Episode 9.
9.
So he knows all about that scene.
Yeah,
He wrote it.
it could
Yeah.
be. So maybe we'll finally see that stupid Zuvius guy.
Constable Zuvio? Maybe
Getting stabbed.
get Constable
Getting
Zuvio.
stabbed.
Or maybe he'll actually be in the movie and you'll know who he is. Instead
Yeah.
of just,
Some background character
I
gets
still
stabbed in the
try to
chest.
figure out how they made Well, I'm glad they made the action figure, but there's also so many other ones in that movie
That you could have
that
made.
they could have made and still can make, but they haven't.
Right, haven't yet. Yeah.
Rey briefly pondered killing Kylo in The Last Jedi.
Of course she did. She got up first.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
she tried to. Remember? She saw Kylo and she instantly shot him.
No, but she,
In the throne room,
in the
though,
throne room when they both get knocked out, she obviously gets up first.
Uh-huh.
She could have easily just walked over, and just,
finished him off.
Kylo was both playing Snoke and Rey in the throne room. Yep, I knew that one. The title of Episode 9 will relate to Kylo and Rey. Now, I think...
Nah, really?
You
Who would have
think?
guessed?
I like the one idea, though, of the title that the one guy made for, like, fan art or whatever.
Like a fan poster.
Yeah, where it was like Kylo, and he's at the Temple of Mustafar, and he has all the Knights of Ren around him, and it says Star Wars: A New Order, which I really like that idea for a title, because it not only is it just a cool sounding title, but also represents so much, probably a new Jedi Order, or a new First Order, or a new Empire Order, and also it also mirrors the first ever Star Wars movie, A New Hope, A New Order.
Yeah.
Which I like that idea. Supreme Leader Snoke was manipulating both Kylo and Rey from the very beginning. Already knew that. Rey is going to kill Kylo in Episode 9.
I don't think.
Not sure about
I don't
that.
think that's gonna happen.
Snoke faked his death to turn Kylo and Rey into the next Anakin and Padme. Now this one I actually wouldn't be surprised on. At least not the whole Anakin Padme, but Snoke faking his own death. I can see that being the case.
Yeah. I can still see that happening.
Because that was like a lot of people's problems
Look.
with the freaking Last Jedi. He's this powerful freaking dude who obviously knows everything that's going on around him. He can't hear a freaking lightsaber being turned in his direction.
The Kaminoans developed cloning a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all you have to say.
And
He
also,
could just be a clone.
they used that in the expanded in the Legends novels. Freaking Sidious, that wasn't the only Sidious that got killed in the Legends.
Well, if you read the Thrawn trilogy, the original one,
Yeah.
there's a clone in there, a Jedi clone.
Yeah. So, yeah, cloning does exist.
Right, and they can still use it. I mean, Kylo talks about it in the first one.
Yeah. Rey and Kylo
Yeah,
are
Force
destined
Awakens.
to switch
It's like,
sides.
perhaps we should use clones.
No,
When he's talking to... Perhaps Snoke should have used clones.
Honestly, I would like to see that happen. Rey and Kylo destined to switch sides.
I don't
that's
think
gonna
that'll happen either. I think
They
you gotta
kind of
keep...
ruined that in freaking Last Jedi.
I think you gotta keep Kylo bad
Snoke
and...
sacrificed himself
Rey
to
good.
bring Kylo and Rey together. No,
No, I don't believe in that
I
one.
don't think it was a self... He's
that's
way
it.
too manipulative to be self-sacrificing.
No,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Way too. He's too important to himself.
Yes,
He's
way
too
too important.
self-centered.
Oops.
Unless he's a puppet for somebody else.
Yeah.
More powerful than he is.
Yep.
So,
What's
Lucas
the next one?
Lucasfilm announces Boba Fett movie. Logan director to hell.
What, they're gonna make a Boba Fett movie?
See, well, just like my comment says, I am a huge Boba Fett fan.
But I don't really want this.
I don't really want this movie.
I mean, of
However,
course I'm
I
gonna
will
see
go see it.
it. Yeah. Yeah, I'd
If it
rather
does
see
come out.
something unknown and original.
Yeah.
True.
Although look, I'm not a fan of Logan. I don't like that movie that much. I thought it was very just one note through the entire movie. It's just a lot of Wolverine yelling and cussing, and that was pretty much the gist.
Yeah. And getting chased.
And there was
And stabbing people in the face.
and there was no. You knew that he was probably going to die at the end. There was no build up to that. There's no.
Yeah.
I didn't have an emotional attachment to Logan dying. Didn't care. So I'm not a huge fan of Logan. So to know that James Mangold, is going to possibly do the Boba Fett movie doesn't really excite me either. But maybe he can do something cool, like Western-esque with Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like to see them turn, and I know this is going to probably crush a lot of Boba Fett fans out there, but from one Boba Fett fan to another, I would like to see them turn Boba Fett into the Dread Pirate Roberts, if you will. Like if somebody puts on the uniform, they just don that. They are now Boba Fett. And that was how he can be carried on.
There's no singular
Throughout-
Boba Fett.
Right. The original Boba Fett could have passed away a long time ago. The young kid.
Trains the next Boba Fett to take over his place.
Or
and
something
then
like a
gives him
James
uniform.
Bond type thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's where they're all trained. They're all named James Bond, but they're not. None of them are really James Bond.
Maybe the guy who, maybe Boba Fett's in a duel with another bounty hunter and gets killed and I want to become Boba Fett and just does it. He's
Now, would you like to see Cad Bane in this movie?
if it happens. I mean,
If there's a good reason to bring him in,
right.
I mean, yeah, I would like.
Maybe they could utilize that, because it could be a Boba Fett movie from in between Sith and
Yeah.
A New Hope.
Personally,
of course, we're filling that time. We're filling that area up
Yeah,
quickly.
I personally liked our idea for something with bounty hunters a bit better. It was a Netflix original show where they're all each one has a different season dedicated to
Yeah, more like
themselves.
the Daredevil.
Yeah, but instead it's one show, but each season follows a different.
Right.
yeah, and the other ones might get sprinkled in here and there a little bit.
Yeah,
each-
yeah.
Yeah,
each
there could be
season.
some crossovers.
Yeah, but
I mean, I would like to. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, this doesn't need to happen, but if they're
No.
gonna make it, I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, the funny thing is that Boba Fett movie was originally going to happen.
Well, yeah, with Josh
With-
Trank,
Yes.
who destroyed Fantastic Four.
Well, no. The studio destroyed
Well,
Fantastic
okay.
Four, and he hated working on that movie because of the studio.
Right.
And because the studio kept on
Perhaps,
dipping their
right.
fingers in it.
Perhaps Josh Trank's original
Idea
for Fantastic Four, I'm sure, was way better than the product we got.
'Cause I
But
watched-
he got the blame.
I watched Chronicle. I like that movie. It's a good movie. He's a good director. It's just... Yeah, Fantastic Four was just a mess. So...
Oh yeah, that's just stupid.
But yeah, originally Josh Trank was going to make a Boba Fett movie. But then he kind of just fell off the map. And
Because of the Fantastic
Yeah.
Four movie. And probably it was probably unfair to him
Yeah.
to, be sort of blacklisted after that movie from
Yeah,
getting
all the blame was put on him instead
Right.
of what it was actually
But he
supposed
kind of
to be
needs
put
to
on.
go back and like maybe do his own type of movie and then try to get back into,
Yeah, make
the good
make
graces.
Chronicle 2, man. That'd be cool. Chronicle is a really good
But
movie.
like I said, I'll be there opening night if they do this movie.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a necessary movie at this
Oh, that was
point in
the
time.
hot off the presses one
Yeah, that one just came out
that you
less
were
than an
saying-
hour ago.
Yeah, that you were talking
from
about.
recording.
Let's wrap it up, man. Our battery's about dead.
Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this 55th episode of
Red 2
Red 2 Chat. For some reason, I wanted to say Star Wars. Of Star Wars, 55th episode. No, of Red 2 Chatter. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you?
You can find me posting a whole bunch of stuff on our Red 2 Chatter Facebook page, and you can find me over at Jay Wilson by Design on Instagram.
Thanks.
And
You can find me on YouTube as well under Major Glitterix. I just recently finished uploading all of Persona 5, so if you guys want to go and binge watch that entire series, please feel free to, because I'm actually going to do it myself, because I love that game, and it definitely became my favorite game series of all time. And some Blue Reflection will be coming out pretty soon, so hope to see you guys all there, and yeah. So I guess that's it, and we'll
we're
see
off
you guys.
to see the movie.
We'll see you guys when we review Han Solo.
Never
So-
tell me the odds.